Hello guys, welcome to my channel and to another Upcrate unboxing video. It's time for Upcrate 46 and I can't wait to open this box, so let's have a look inside. Ooh! We have Pigment Decobrush by Karin. So that's a quite interesting color theme. We have some orange, to be precise it's called mango, even though I have never seen a mango in this color before. Whatever. This is orange red. We have pink and curry. And I don't know what about you guys, but when I think of curry, it's always yellow and not green, but there is definitely green curry, so I guess that's what we have here, green curry. Let's have a look at the nibs, because I have never tried one of these markers before. Oh, okay. So this is actually a pretty big brush nib, and brush nibs always look a little different depending on the brand, but this one clearly reminds me of the Copic brush nibs. Maybe it is a little thinner, but it looks quite similar. So next up we have an artspaze pigment liner, and it says brush here, so... Whoa, okay. It's also a brush pen, but look at this nib. So this brush nib is pretty unusual, I would say. It's so thin and long. I've never seen something like this, so I'm very interested to see how it performs. Then we have a 3H pencil. Let's wait for the airplane to go away. Anyway, I hope you can't hear it. So this pencil is by Bruynzeel. Please don't ask me how it's pronounced, I have no idea. It's Dutch apparently. And last but not least we have an eraser by Milan. Next up is the bottle post. Let's have a look at the topic. It is Be Bold. Okay, let's try to be bold. This is for sure bold, and the first thing I'm noticing is that this artwork definitely has been painted or drawn with the materials that were included in the box, like with the actual colors, I guess. Because, you know, sometimes the artworks feature some colors that you don't get in the box, but this time it seems to be pretty much the same. Look at these stickers, they are so cute. I love how bold the colors are. Oh wow! We are getting a whole pad of acrylic paper, which is 300 GSM, and it contains 8 sheets. So let's have a look inside. So upon the first look, the paper looks really nice. One side is a little textured and the other side is pretty smooth. So usually I would use another sheet of paper to test the materials, but I don't have other acrylic marker paper. So let's test it right on this piece of paper. I will start with pink. Oh wow, that looks so cool. That looks nice. And it also feels really nice. Usually with acrylic markers, you either have a huge blob of color or no paint at all. This brush marker has a nice paint flow, and it makes it pretty easy to get an even coat of paint, which is not that common with acrylic markers, I would say. Usually the paint ends up being streaky, but here that's definitely not the case. It looks super nice. So next we have Mango. I'm not too much of a fan of orange, but this one looks so good. And next up is Orange Red. Oh, that's also super pretty. And last but not least, the Green Curry color. I would actually call this more olive green, but since the pen says curry, it's curry in this video. So the next thing I want to know is if they blend. Ew. And I got orange on my red pen, which was pretty... Yeah, I should have known it. I should have known it, but whatever. But the answer to my question is yes, they do mix, it works. Maybe it's not the best idea because you get the paint on your brush nib, but if you clean it off right afterwards, I think it won't be a problem. So next up we have the pencil, which will probably work like every other pencil. Yes. So the pencil works, which is not much of a surprise because pencils mostly always work, unless the lead keeps breaking, but it doesn't seem to be the case with this one. The lead is pretty sturdy. So it's a very hard pencil, which is good, I guess, because hard pencils don't smudge that much. So it probably won't mix with the acrylic paint. So the acrylic paint is actually pretty transparent, so I can see all the marks that I made with the pencil. And it does not smudge, as far as I can see. Well, maybe a little, but not too much, so that's definitely fine. And now the pigment liner with a mysterious brush nib. Ooh, okay. So that's interesting. It is definitely a soft brush nib, but I don't know if you could see it. When it bends, it doesn't bend right at the tip, it bends like more in the back. Do you see that? It's like the nib stays straight, but it just gets bent right at the back. So for demonstration purposes, I will get some paint on my finger. Do you see that? It bends right here in the back. So that's very interesting. It feels not bad while drawing. I'm just a little confused by how it behaves. So I really want to know if this brush nib will break someday, because I think it's maybe a little hard on the nib that it always bends right here. So it might break off at that point. I hope it won't, but who knows? So as I just saw, it says shake before use on the pen, and well, let's pretend I did that. But now we definitely know that you don't have to shake them and they work still very well. Yeah, I think I'll have a look at the bottle pose, get inspired, and then I'll be back with an idea that's hopefully bold. Oh my god, guys, you won't believe it. I just had a look into the bottle pose and look what I discovered. My Upcrate 44 painting got published in the bottle post. How cool is that? I think I've been subscribed since Upcrate 22 or so, and never have I won the Upcrate battle or have been published before, so this is my first time on the bottle post, and I don't know what to say besides thank you, Upcrate. That's so cool. I'm really happy. Yeah, I need to calm down and then get back to business. As always, I needed some time to think about the topic, and the first thing that came to my mind was the question, how to be bold, what is bold? And then I decided that I want to make this part of my artwork, which is actually a self-portrait in a way. Not like the girl looks anything like me, but the situation is so me. Whenever I don't know how something works or I want to learn something new, I read a book on that topic. And since I'm not a particularly bold person, I can definitely see myself reading a book about it. Even though it took me a while to come up with the idea, execution-wise, this artwork was probably the fastest Upcrate artwork I have ever done, since it was just coloring in flat areas of color, plus a teeny tiny bit of shading the hair. So it took me maybe 30 minutes. I tried to stick with the style of the featured artist in a way, and I think it worked out quite well. The hardest thing was definitely deciding which color to put in which section, since I'm not used to this style, but I think it didn't turn out too bad. Let's talk about the pens. I didn't know that I was missing acrylic markers with brush nibs in my life until I tried these. The paint goes down so well on paper, no huge blobs of color or paint splatters. I love it. The only thing I needed to get used to was the fact that you can't pump the markers when the nib starts getting a little dry, as it did sometimes. You can only shake them, wait a little and hope for the best. And generally this works pretty well, but I felt like the paint didn't reach the very tip of the brush nib anymore. Maybe I should have waited a little longer before continuing to draw, but yeah, I don't know, that was a little weird. But apart from that, I'm a big fan of these pens. The artspaze Pigment Liner definitely has the weirdest brush nib ever, but it works pretty well, so I can definitely see myself using this pen in the future, and I didn't break the nib so far, which is great. The other materials, so the paper, pencil and eraser, worked all totally fine, and there's nothing I could complain about. Would I recommend them? Yes, absolutely. All in all, I gotta say that this box was a lot of fun, especially discovering my own art in the bottle post, so extra bonus point for this box. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye guys!